Everyone's favorite topic, financials. At the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to use Clarity Now to manage your financials. We're going to go over the expenses and how to input each expense, the profit and loss in detail, and go over the projected net profit report. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use Clarity Now to manage and run the financials within your business. All right, let's dive into financials. And again, you're going to enter your financials so you can take full advantage of your profit and loss. Your income is already going to be pulled from the transactions, and your cost of sales will as well. The only thing you need to do to have a full profit and loss is to enter your expenses. We don't know what those are. You got to tell us what they are. It's really simple. There's two ways to do it. You can either click on New, which we're going to go over here. The other option is you can watch our integration video, and you can do an integration with QuickBooks, so all of your QuickBooks expenses automatically come over. For this video, we're going to talk about this form. All right, first thing is the date. Simply type in the date of the expense. Is this an expense or is this revenue? Right? Maybe you returned something, or maybe this is a vendor income. You can click on revenue as well, and it'll show in the P&L in the additional revenue section. I'm going to call it an expense. Let's say it's a description. I'm going to say that this is my office rent. Okay. And I currently spend $450 a month in office rent, and that comes out of my Amex card. And the category for that, we have the 9 P&L categories right here. That would go right into occupancy. Click on occupancy. Additional lead sources, or is this expense associated with the lead source? The answer is no, it's my office rent. But let's say that this was, let's do a different one. Let's say that this was stamps. I had to buy stamps, and I spent $125 in stamps, okay? And I put it on my Amex, and that's going to be under lead gen. And this is part of my, let's say, my farming campaign. I'm going to click on farming. Now I know that $125 went towards farming. And we have that because we'll be able to shortly be able to have a report for an ROI report where you can see how much you spent on a lead source and then what transactions came from a lead source, and you can truly see an ROI report. Last question here, or two more questions, is do you want this expense included in your P&L? 90% of the time, you're going to say yes. And this may be funny for some of you, so if it's not applicable, that's okay. But there's some people that want to track the expense for their book or for their bookkeeper or for their accountant for the end of the year, but they don't necessarily want it to be a part of their P&L. For example, let's just say it's my automobile. Okay, for my business, I may not want my automobile payment, my car payment to be part of my P&L, but I want to make sure that my accountant has it for my tax write-offs at the end of the year. If you want your car payment in your P&L, then say yes. If you don't want it, say no. You may have heard this as above the line and below the line. Yes is above the line, no is below the line. The last thing is this a recurring expense? Maybe every single month on March 13th, I buy $125 in stamps and it goes towards lead generation for farming. And that's stamps.com just comes to me. I can click, yes, this is a recurring expense. And this line item will now show up automatically each month. So I don't need to do this every month. So whatever recurring expenses you have, make sure you say yes. I'm going to click submit, and it's going to tell me this was a success. Now, when I go to my profit and loss, I'll have that under lead gen, and I'll be able to see all the stamps that I bought. All right, let's check out the profit and loss in Clarity Now. We love the P&L, and that's because we're the only real estate software, from my knowledge, that has a P&L in the system that is specific to real estate, and it's in software that's updated automatically. That makes us very unique, and now every single agent has a P&L for their business where they didn't have that before. Now let's break this down. I can see my listing income, my buyer income, my transaction fee, and my total gross income per month and for the year. Also look up here, we have a dollar amount and a percentage. If I click on percentage, it's what percentage of my revenue came from each of those categories throughout the year. So I like to click back and forth in this so I can see things in a different viewpoint. How much went to my broker, my franchise fee, referral fees, any additional cost of sales that you entered into your form, your total cost of sale, and your total gross profit, again, by a dollar amount and a percentage. Now, one thing that's really cool is the income and the cost of sale. This is all automatically going to appear in your P&L and Clarity Now because it's pulling from your transactions. The only thing you have to put in to have a profit and loss are your expenses. Now, there's two ways to do that. You can either click on financials and enter each form for each line item, which only takes about 30 seconds per line item. And most of us only have, maybe 30 to 40 line items per month. So although we have to enter in each line item, it really doesn't take too long. The other option is we have a great integration with QuickBooks. So all of your expenses from QuickBooks will automatically migrate over to ClarityNOW. And all you need to do is tell ClarityNOW which lead gen category or which P&L category that expense belongs in. So in this account, we have expenses. We've done that. And I certainly would encourage everybody to take that step and make sure your expenses get in ClarityNOW so you actually have a real P&L. Here it's going to show me how much I'm spending per category and what percentage of total revenue is going towards each P&L category. Really interesting to see that so you can see where your money's going and what percentage is going where. Down below, total expenses and additional income, any vendor income. If a vendor gives you a check for something, any profit share or bonuses, any other revenue that you want to see, and what is your total net income per month and for the year. Now, let's say I'm looking at this and I want to know how the heck did I spend $1,100 in office supplies in February? Well, if you go to the top and you click on this drop down, there's one called financial breakdown. I click on financial breakdown and I can click right into office supplies and expenses. And here's the line items that went in that category. And I can see exactly what I spent per month. I can collapse that and check out every other category in here as well. So it's a great P&L all broken down for you. By the time you see this video coming up very soon, there may be a third report down here that's called charts and graphs, where I'll also have a visual representation of charts and graphs of my P&L for you as well. So this profit and loss, again, we're very proud of the ability to give every single agent in the country a P&L at a very affordable price and really make you a better business owner by using the system. Put in your expenses, take advantage of this. It's a phenomenal report. All right, let's dive into the projected net profit report. This report is so powerful. In fact, I often say this is the most important report in your business for running your business. And that because this report will tell you your future cash flow. Now, note that ClarityNOW has a phenomenal P&L. We're very proud of our P&L. Our customers love our profit and loss. And the P&L is a rear view mirror. That's already happened. This projected net profit is the windshield. This is the future of your cash flow where you still can make changes and create a different outcome. So here's how this works. You'll notice that it shows your pending gross profit and your closed gross profit. It doesn't say GCI, it says gross profit. To summarize that, gross profit is your money. It's not total commission, it's your money, the money that gets deposited into your account. So this is after splits. This is after referral fees or broker fees. This is, again, your money. Then it summarizes that or it totals that. I can see that in March, I have a total gross profit of around $65,000. In your business plan and your economic model, one of the questions that you were asked is approximately how much will you spend per month on your business? Whatever you put there is going right here for estimated expenses. In this business, it's only $5,000 a month that goes towards my expenses. So I can see now that I have $65,000 in total gross profit pending and close, approximately $5,000 in expenses. Therefore, I have an estimated net profit of approximately $60,000 in March, another $60,000 in April. I'm going to net around $3,300 in May. And right now I'm losing $5,000 in June because I have nothing yet pending. So this column right here, this estimated net profit column, this is the column that you want to look at. Note that we also have actual expenses. This is pulling from the financials section when you're entering your financials into the system. And then we have actual net profit. One question we'll get, and here's a good example of this, is why does my actual net profit say $22,770 when my expenses are only $5,000 and my total gross profit is almost $65,000? The reason being is because this is going to be pulling based on the close number, not off the pending. Sometimes pendings don't always close on time. So in this report here, I've closed about $25,500. I've already spent $2,700 in expenses. Therefore, right now, my actual net month to date is $22,770.